So anyone that knows me knows that family mean everything. I will do anything for family, and running and exercise comes a very close second. Dad was diagnosed with CMT back in 2015, just after he'd retired. He's always been big on exercise, golf, played loads of sport when he was younger. So it seems a massive shame that now that he's retired with all this free time, he can't do the things that he'd love to be doing. CMT isn't a very well-known disease. None of us had heard of it when Dad was initially going through the testing process for a diagnosis. And I wanted to use my time in lockdown a bit more wisely and get back into running, and was looking for a new challenge. So I thought, well, why not combine the two and try and raise some money and awareness for CMT, the charity, with some sort of challenge. And I didn't want to do just a half marathon or, you know, something like that. So I thought I needed to think up something that was maybe a bit more of a challenge and would kind of replicate the daily struggles that people with CMT go through. So I will be running 10k every day for the whole month of May. I must be crazy. So that totals 310 kilometres, and that's roughly the distance from here in the Cotswolds up to the Lake District. So that's the sort of mileage I'll be covering. So CMT stands for Charcot-Marie-Tooth disease, which is a group of inherited conditions that damage the peripheral nerves. So the peripheral nerves are found outside the main central nervous system, so the brain and the spinal cord, and they control the muscles and relay sensory information such as a sense of touch from the limbs back to the brain. CMT is a progressive condition. The symptoms slowly get worse and they make everyday tasks increasingly difficult, and there's sadly no cure for CMT. And it's the most common inherited neurological condition in the world, and it's estimated to affect 1 in 2,500 people. Dad experiences muscle weakness in his hands, in his feet, in his legs. So balance is very difficult. Everyday tasks are more challenging. Things that we just take for granted, he will struggle with. So things like he wouldn't be able to carry something upstairs because he needs to hold onto the handrail. Doing up his shirt buttons if it's cold. Just balancing and sort of walking around at home or out and about is much more challenging than it ever used to be. It's almost like he now has to think more carefully about everyday tasks. So to make walking a little bit easier, Dad has some inserts in his shoes which are termed as walking blades. So they're a flat plate and then it's attached to almost something that looks like a shin pad, and that goes in his shoes, and it just provides a bit more stability when he's walking. And he'll also have walking poles for balance, so that's made life a little bit easier. So we're all adapting to life with CMT. We can carry on, but we just have to adapt the way in which we do things. But we're in this together, and we'll get through it. CMT UK as a charity are super friendly. Whenever you phone up, they're always willing to help. They respond quickly, and a lot of the people that answer the phone actually are CMT sufferers themselves, so they completely understand what people and families are going through, which almost feels very reassuring when you speak to them. And as a charity, they aim to offer assistance and support not only to people with CMT, but also their carers and families. It's their sort of aim to initiate, coordinate and support research into CMT, and they also stimulate medical education on the subject of CMT and to spread awareness of the condition. So each pack of information that the charity put together and send out costs about £5 to produce and issue. They send this out without hesitation. As soon as you phone, they say, let me send this out to help you. It's packed full of information, tips, advice, all sorts. And like any charity, they cannot provide this support and assistance to people without money, without donations. So this is where your help comes in. every penny really does count. I want to thank everyone that's kindly donated and sent lovely messages of support and love, which helps not only me doing the challenge, but Dad, the family, other people reading the Just Giving page. It really does mean everything. So please keep up the support. Thank you so much for watching, and please keep these donations coming.